This is a wrap up, at least for this weekend. It's a weekend of July 20th here, 2025, for the Major League Baseball series I've been running for AWS Counter-Invite server. So what's been happening over the time span of this year is I've been tracking AWS Counter-Invite server and this initiative for the game data being loaded in the top left from a Google Calendar into the AWS Counter-Invite server up here. And how that works in the game series is I've loaded the games onto my business or personal calendar. We're using a create command, create at countersnack.com. This is a demo system app that's hooked to the AWS Counter-Invite server. And what I'm doing is anytime I send this data from my calendar client to the SES inbox, we actually ingest the data. So the commands are new, update, cancel, or save. We are just using a simple off-the-shelf calendar client, Google or Outlook, sending the MLB game data to the AWS Counter-Invite server, and we're disassembling it and storing it in DynamoDB to get ready to be called by our API number 1, which sends counter invites from an endpoint. We have a whole bunch of other APIs here for the organizer and domain owners of the domain itself on the AWS Counter-Invite server. But what I'm focused on right now is how we use API 1 to send counter invites out of this embedded workflow here in the upcoming landing page for the 2,500 games. So the workflow goes as follows. Create command over here. It goes to an SES inbox. We disassemble the calendar invite here. We reassemble the calendar invite here using API 1 endpoint that is buried and embedded into these calendar invite embedded pages here. And when someone clicks a button, puts their email address in, you can see we match the event UID in the Dynamo database. We match it to the email address being used. That's being used in the page itself. We take those two things and we reassemble the calendar invite data on the fly for either bulk direct calendar invites, meaning an email list being uploaded, or the embedded pages, which are here. We call the raw API here for outbound calendar invites through the raw simple email service. And on the fly, we build a calendar invite and we send it out the API gateway. And then we request a calendar receipt from the end user. And then we track that data back here in the event organizer. So the receipts come back through here, the API gateway. They're summoned here in the RSVP data calendar invite Lambda here. And we store those and visually display those. So if the end user changes into this game data from yes, no, maybe, we actually collect it here in our event organizer dashboard with our APIs through the API gateway itself. That's in the demo. Thanks for stopping by.